Your bank does not have your money. Right now, it's holding maybe a dime out of every dollar you put in. The rest? Gone. Lent out to strangers you'll never meet. And that's not a crime. It's not a scandal. Every bank on earth works exactly like this, and it's totally fine, right up until the day everyone wants their money back at once. This is the story of a bank that did nothing wrong. Good loans, real money, healthy books, and it still died in 48 hours. Because here's the part that should scare you a little. Whether your savings are safe tonight has almost nothing to do with your bank. It comes down to one thing, what everybody else believes. Stick with me, because once you see how this works, you will never look at your own bank account the same way again. Meet Marcus. Marcus runs Lincoln Savings, a little bank on Main Street. 20 years behind that counter. He knows his customers by name. And here's the one thing I need you to burn into your memory. His bank is completely healthy. Hold on to that, because in a few minutes it's going to feel impossible. See, to understand how a healthy bank dies, you have to answer one simple question first, and almost everybody gets it wrong. When you put $100 in the bank, where does that money actually go? Picture it for a second. Most of us imagine a vault, our exact bills, stacked up with our name on them, just sitting there, waiting, safe, cozy, and completely wrong. That's not even close to what happens. The second your money hits that account, the bank pushes almost all of it right back out the door. Your $100, it becomes a slice of your neighbor's mortgage, the bakery's new oven, some kid's tuition. Your money doesn't sit still. It goes to work. The bank keeps just a thin little slice on hand, call it a dime out of every dollar. Barely enough for the few folks who wander in to withdraw on a normal day. That's the whole setup. It even has a name. Fractional reserve banking. Remember that word, fractional. It's the key to this entire story. And honestly, it works beautifully. But it all balances on one quiet little assumption. So quiet, nobody ever thinks about it. That on any given day, only a handful of people want their cash. Everyone else just leaves it in. Hold that thought, because somebody's about to break it. Thursday afternoon, nothing special about it. Until a woman named Rosa catches half a sentence she was never supposed to hear. Yeah, I heard Lincoln's having some trouble. That's it. No facts, no proof. 6 words and a bad feeling. By dinner, those 6 words are a text. Hey, is your money okay at Lincoln? The text becomes a group chat. The group chat becomes 100 people, all asking the same nervous question, and not one of them has checked a single fact. Now be honest with yourself. You don't know if the rumor's true, but a little voice whispers, what if it is? What if the bank runs dry before you get yours? So Rosa does the calm, sensible thing. Friday morning, doors open. She's first in line to pull out every last dollar she has, just in case. And here's the part I really need you to catch. Rosa isn't panicking. Rosa is being smart. Think about it. If there's even a small chance the bank fails, grabbing your cash first is exactly the right move for her. And that right there is the whole tragedy in a single sentence. Keep watching, because this is where it turns. Because Rosa's not the only smart one. A guy drives past, spots the line, and slows down. Wait, why somebody lined up at the bank already? His stomach tightens. Do they know something I don't? He parks, he gets in line. 2 people, then 5, then 20, and now the line itself becomes the rumor. Nobody needs proof anymore. The line is the proof. Every nervous face makes the next person more nervous. Fear feeding fear. Inside, Marcus watches the crowd swell through the glass, and his heart sinks. Not because anything's wrong, he knows his book's cold, but because he knows exactly what a line like that can do to a bank that's perfectly fine. He starts paying people out. Rosa, cash. Next person, cash. Next. But remember that thin little slice, the dime on every dollar. Watch how fast it vanishes when everyone shows up on the same morning. The drawer is draining, fast. To get more cash, Marcus has to sell off the bank's loans, right now, to whoever will buy. And when you're desperate to sell fast, you sell cheap. Fire sale prices. So now he's losing real money, just to hand strangers back their own deposits. And here's the cruel twist, the one that makes this so dangerous. The panic is making itself come true. Every fire sale actually weakens the bank, for real. The fear isn't predicting the collapse anymore, it's building it, brick by brick. By Friday afternoon, the cash is gone. Marcus has no choice. He locks the doors, freezes every account. A bank that woke up perfectly healthy that morning is dead by sunset. So let me ask you the question that should be bugging you right now. How? Nothing was wrong. No bad loans. No missing money. Nobody cooked the books. The only thing that killed Lincoln Savings was people believing it would die. How is that even possible? To answer that, we go back to one word: fractional. Banks keep a fraction of your deposits as cash and lend the rest out. And I know, your gut says that sounds like a scam. It isn't. It's the entire point. It's the machine that turns your idle savings into houses, businesses, paychecks. The whole economy runs on it. But that machine balances on a knife's edge, that one quiet assumption from before, that not everyone asks for their money on the same day. On a normal day, totally safe. People put money in just as fast as others pull it out. It all just flows. A bank run is simply that assumption, snapping. Everyone reaches for their cash at the very same moment. And here's the kicker. No bank on earth can survive that. Not the shady ones, not the healthy ones, none. Because holding everyone's cash at once isn't what a bank is. But now we hit the part that genuinely keeps economists up at night. The part that won an actual Nobel Prize. A bank run is a self-fulfilling prophecy. The belief doesn't just predict the ending. It writes it. Follow this. Because it's the whole idea. If everyone believes the bank is safe, they leave their money in, and the bank stays safe. If everyone believes it'll collapse, they yank their money out, and the bank collapses. Same bank, same books. Two completely opposite endings. The only thing that changed was the belief. So which ending do you get? It's got nothing to do with how healthy the bank is. It comes down to what you think everyone else is about to do. It's a whole town trying to read a whole town. Everybody guessing everybody. Economists have a sharp name for this. A coordination problem with two outcomes. A calm one, where everyone stays cool, and a panic one, where everyone bolts. Both are always sitting right there, side by side. And a single rumor can flip the switch from one to the other. And this isn't some hunch scribbled on a napkin. In 1983, two economists, Douglas Diamond and Philip Dybvig, captured this exact thing in a model. It was so important, they won the Nobel Prize for it. In 2022, nearly 40 years later, and their headline finding is the chilling one. A bank run can wipe out a perfectly healthy bank. The panic needs no real reason at all. It just needs enough people afraid that other people are afraid. That's the whole fuel. Because here's the trap. Every single person is being completely reasonable. If a run might be coming, pulling your money first is the smart play. But the instant everyone makes that same smart play, the run is guaranteed. You can't outsmart it. Being smart is the thing that causes it. And that's the heartbreak buried in here. Rosa was right. The guy in the car was right. Every person in that line made the correct choice for themselves. And all those correct choices, stacked on top of each other, add up to a disaster that ruins every one of them. Now, maybe you're thinking this is ancient history. Black and white photos, the Great Depression. Something that just can't happen anymore. So let me tell you what happened in March of 2023. Because it happened at the speed of a smartphone. And it was breathtaking. Silicon Valley Bank, not some corner shop, the 16th largest bank in America, decades old. And this one really did have a weak spot. Rising interest rates had quietly bruised the bonds it was holding. Word of it spread online. And then the line formed. Except this line wasn't on a sidewalk. It was on phones. Thousands of people sitting on their couches, all tapping transfer at the very same time. No crowd, no shouting, just silent, instant panic. And in a single day, customers tried to pull out $42 billion. 48 hours. That's all it took. The fastest bank run in history. And here's the honest part. That weak spot didn't have to be fatal. The panic is what finished it. The exact same fear Marcus watched fill his lobby. Just faster. Way faster. Rumor, withdrawals, fire sale, collapse. Same script. At digital speed. So here's the question that should be screaming at you by now. If a rumor can kill a healthy bank in 2 days, why aren't banks toppling every single week? Why do you sleep just fine with your whole paycheck sitting in one? It's called deposit insurance. In America, the FDIC, a government promise. If your bank fails, you still get your money back. Up to $250,000 for each person at each bank. Now watch what that one promise does to the panic. If your money's guaranteed no matter what happens, you've got zero reason to run. And if you've got no reason to run, neither does anyone else. So nobody runs. So the bank doesn't fail. The guarantee does its magic, mostly by never having to be used. Look at what just happened there. That one promise quietly walks everybody back, from the panic ending to the calm one, and holds them there. A single guarantee diffuses the entire self-fulfilling trap before the first nervous text is ever sent. So let's finally name the thing that killed Marcus's bank. It's a bank run, sitting right on top of fractional reserve banking. A perfectly healthy bank taken down by nothing but belief. In plain English, your bank lends your money out. That's its actual job, and a good one. And the only thing that can truly break it is fear itself. Your savings are safe as long as people trust the system, which is the whole reason that trust is now backed by law. Marcus lost everything to a whisper. You just learned why that whisper was so powerful, and what's quietly standing guard over your own money right now. So next time somebody says, "I heard that bank's in trouble," you'll know the real game being played. Next week, we take another everyday thing you've never questioned and flip it inside out.